You see first video jitters. But if you're watching this, I appreciate you for tuning into my video. This is the first video, so I appreciate you for tuning into my channel, giving me a chance. I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Jay Glass. People call me JG. I'm 22 years old. I live in Knoxville, Tennessee. I sell real estate, and I do a little other couple things. We're gonna get to that throughout the journey, if you guys stay tuned to my channel. But for this first video, I wanted it to be the story of how I got into real estate. So I'm gonna keep this story short, try to go about 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I want this first video to be as short as possible. Since I'm not out and about in the world, I wanna keep your attention. So starting off, it was, I wanna say 2020, I was going to Pellissippi. And for the people who, is not from Knoxville, Tennessee, Pellissippi is a community college in Knoxville, Tennessee. I was going there pursuing a business degree. If anybody knows, during that time, COVID hit. And I'll tell you right now, anybody who went to school during that time know how hard it is when COVID hit. But it was especially hard for me because everything switched to virtual. I'm not good at online school at all. So I give, respect to anybody who does online school. You got my respect because I can't do it myself. I tried. It's not like I wasn't trying. I studying, trying to ask questions. I was doing good in all my classes but calculus. So that's the one that ended up defeating me and led me to decide not to pursue my business degree at the moment for Pellissippi. I hope to go back one day. But during that time, when I did drop out, I was working 2 jobs. I was working at Walmart, and I was still doing caregiving like I'm doing now, as I still do real estate. And, during that time, I kept seeing stuff about like wholesale real estate, make $10,000 without even having to own a house. And, everybody done seen them ads on TikTok or anything that really don't tell the full story of actually how to get it done. But I seen it. I went to Google, did a little bit of research about how to wholesale real estate. And anybody who knows who's either wholesaled real estate, who's an agent who help clients buy and sell real estate, it's already hard. It already can be hard as it is. But without the proper training, it's definitely hard because you won't know, what to do. I didn't know nothing from a can of paint about writing a contract, how to sign a contract. To be honest with you guys, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I knew about a title company, but I didn't know exactly what they did for the transaction. Now 2 years in real estate, I know everything about title companies. I could write a book on it probably a little bit. But I tried to do that. Without the proper education, I failed tremendously. One thing about on this channel, I want everybody to know, nothing is perfect. Nothing, nobody who's successful had a perfect run. You're gonna fail. The thing that determines on if you succeed or not is if you get up and try again. Like I said, without the proper education, I ended up failing tremendously. So during that time, I was telling my dad about me wanting to get into real estate, me trying to wholesale real estate, what I was doing. And I don't know at the time why I didn't think of this, but he texted me, he said, "Hey, do you want to go to real estate school?" And, at the time I'm working at Walmart, I'm caregiving, I just dropped out of college. Right now, I didn't see myself want to, pursue higher positions in those fields because, it didn't appeal to me, So I was like, well, what do I got to lose at this point? I don't know what I want to do in life. I know I kind of like real estate from what I know of it so far. So might as well. So I ended up looking up the schools. I found Trex Real Estate School, which is downtown in West Knoxville. It was about $500 at the time for 2 courses, 3 weeks straight, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And, first class comes around, everybody knows how it is. And I've grown since then, but back in the day, trying something new, I used to be kind of skeptical when trying new things, like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, or like, oh, well, let's see how it is. I don't think this is gonna be for me. And I went in first class, the teacher's talking about his investments in real estate. He's talking about the homes he sold, stories of how he helped his clients out. We start talking about titles, deed restrictions, zoning ordinances. Said that wrong. Yeah. We start talking about title, deed restrictions, zoning regulations, zoning laws, and usually, somebody hears all that, they're like, man, I ain't trying to hear all that bull crap. I ain't trying to hear all that. Skip me to straight to where I'm making, $1 million and selling real estate, which sadly, that's not how it is. But for me, I started hearing all that and I was intrigued as soon as we started talking about it, to the point to where I went home and I started reading my book. I started watching YouTube videos. I'm going home telling my friends, my brother, I'm telling my sisters about everything I learned. And, back in the day, I would say, I was kind of immature, so I didn't really stick, too many things out for a long time. Some of the things back in the day when I did it was like short-lived. I didn't really, when the going got tough, I didn't really stay. But for this, 3 weeks went on. I'm still studying. I'm still love learning about it. I love rereading our notes. I'm asking questions in the class. I made some friends in the class. I ended up passing the class. So after you pass the class, you have to take the state and the national test. I passed the state test with flying colors. Like I said, we're going to tell our fails and our successes. I failed the national test twice. It did kind of get me. It kind of got me after I failed. I was like, man, kind of messed up, my motivation. But I was like, hey, mind you, it's $40 each time you take it. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna spend that 40 again. We're gonna go again because this is something that I actually enjoy. I'm excited to do. So we get in there, and I took this one at home. You can take it in the testing center and at home, but I ended up taking this one at home at my grandmother's crib using her laptop. I didn't have a good one at the time, so I took it. I passed it. You have never seen me scream and dance so loud. We're gonna have to get my grandmother on here one day so she can tell y'all how I reacted. I was like, I passed it. Moving fast forward, when you first get your license, most of the time if you read online and you want to interview brokerages, I didn't. My pastor told me about Caldwell Banker Wallace, which is Wallace Real Estate now. Gave them a call. That's the first one that I went to. And, for all the new agents, I would interview brokerages to see, what best fits for you, as far as training, as far as the split of how your paychecks are going to be split up and what kind of resources they offer. Luckily I was blessed to join, now we're Wallace Real Estate, and it being everything that I've ever wanted. We have a media department. The firm is like a family. I can call anybody or any of the agents, really any time of the night, call them, text them, and they'll pick up and answer my questions. And it's just like it's like a big family. Fast forward, we're gonna make this one short. This video getting longer than I expected. We're gonna tell the rest of the, the story down the line. But fast forward, 2 years into real estate. I'm gonna tell y'all about my first year in a different video, and I'm gonna tell y'all, about how my second year is going in a different video. But right now, y'all, still going strong. I closed one about 2 months ago for a close friend of mine named Dylan Rector, the investor. He's going to be on this channel. And I got one closed in July 29th. And I'm only in my second year right now. So those are not the only transactions. I just don't want to spill the beans and tell the story about the other transactions, because I want to make it one video to, tell about, not each transaction, but tell them all in one video of the transaction that I've had so far and the story of how those came along. But yeah, that's the first video. If you're still here, subscribe to me. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff. We're going to have videos about me going to different restaurants, different fun things around Knoxville, Pigeon Forge, my life, my personal life. This channel is not only going to be real estate. So y'all subscribe, tune in, and again, thank y'all for watching my video. See y'all next time. Bye.